NXT just had a special event. It is called NXT Showdown, NXT versus TNA. We had four good matches. I look forward to talk about it with my co-hosts, and we're going to talk about it all after this beautiful intro. Hey everybody, you're watching Unpopular Review, the NXT edition. I'm one of your hosts, the Great Grand Slam Pooba, joined with the sensational Sabrina Stella and the Dog of Madness, Mad Dog Kelly. Guys, how the heck are you?
I'm doing fine. The showdown was interesting to say the least. I was watching this and the NWA Power showings that they had. They do it at the same time. So I was doing like what people that have multiple screens for video games and for guys that like watching a lot of football teams at the same time. I was pulling a twofer.
Twofer. Does that mean you're doing a double whammy?
I did, so to speak. I know we don't review NWA, and I'm fine with that, but I just wanted to watch. I was at the taping, so I figured, why not?
That's fantastic. That's cool. I know that there was another show also tonight too, AEW. So I mean, there's some people who might have been doing a triple, which seems pretty darn interesting if you can do that. But Mad Dog, how the heck are you?
I'm great. I actually was watching AEW, believe it or not. But
We believe
speaking of AEW Elite Heat guys, they took off this week. They'll be back next week. So just stay tuned for the our socials on that. Just stay tuned. Just follow us on our socials for when they come back. But yes, I'm fantastic. Comic-Con week this Saturday. Very, very excited. Very busy getting everything together. Want to meet a lot of wrestlers, Darby Allin, Matt Cardona, who was on tonight. I have some stuff about Karrion Kross, who I also want to meet. Hopefully. So in my news segment later, it's great. It's great time to be alive. And then we had tonight, which was absolutely fantastic. Except for the main event.
Well, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the main event. I thought this was a fun show. We had four matches on the card. Um, I thought the women's Survivor Series match was the better of the two. I thought the North American match was actually really. I thought it was really, really good. We're gonna break down each match. I thought it was really good. I thought there was a
The people liked it. They kept chanting "Fight Forever."
which is a hell of a thing to be saying, because I don't think anyone would be. Can you imagine? You just fight forever. You go into your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and you're just fighting forever. So
Listen, the fact that you were saying that for the only match that involved a mid-card title for somebody who was given that opportunity 2 years ago and it never came into fruition until now.
It's got a point. Yeah, it's true.
I will sit here and say I thought that was the match of the night. But real quick before we do break down all the stuff, I'd like to say thank you guys in the chat. So I don't know if you guys be looking at the numbers talking about my co-host, but for the last few weeks we've been number one on UPR. We have been on top of the chart there. I do want to sit here and say, do check out the Raw Review crew, the SmackDown crew, and the AEW crew. But we are so grateful for you guys, because you guys tune in and make it clear that we are number one. Just to be, I just have to throw it out there, because it took a while for us to get our own prediction show, because they were like, nobody want to watch NXT. But you're wrong. People do want to talk about NXT with us. They want to be here, and we want to say thank you guys in the chat. Thank you guys.
I had some help with that.
Yeah,
some convincing from the higher ups, but we got it done.
And we got it, and we're gonna have some more NXT predictions and stuff like that. But we just real quick just wanted to say thank you, because it really means a lot. So please do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button, because it helps us out tremendously. Now, you guys leave me in charge. I just want to throw out here real quick before we break down the show here. Sabrina still will take the floor, but you guys leave me as the guy to make the graphic, correct? So can I tell y'all? I'm going to show y'all on air what originally was going to be the graphic. Can I show you guys? Is everyone ready for it? All right. Sabrina says yes. All right. This was the original graphic right here. Look, what do you think about this? This was originally going to be the graphic.
That is fantastic, good sir.
I think it's
the
great.
artistry. The artistry.
Putting my foot down.
That is, well, your foot should always be down. I mean, unless it just levitates.
I mean, the
I
only one that matters. So yeah, makes sense.
I'm just saying, it had potential to be the original graphic. I just want to see what everyone thinks. I think everybody look.
For women's wrestling, absolutely not. Absolutely.
I'm glad we went with the Hardys. Oh my god.
I mean, it was hard. I mean, it was close because I was like, it's the Hardys, but the disrespect to my girl Jada. Jeffrey, you're in the chat. Hey, and George is here.
Jada, the disrespect to Soul, the disrespect to Lola. How
dare you? Look.
No disrespect to the minorities.
I like Lola though.
I'm just gonna say Sabrina Star. Who got the winning fall?
Oh, that is true.
Soul did most of the hard work.
That is true.
That later.
I'm sorry.
Soul was about to beat her.
That is true.
Well, wow, the aggression of one Sabrina Estella. I can't even believe you. We're not even 10 minutes into the show and you already got me worked up. You know what, Sabrina Estella, take the floor because unbelievable. And Mr. Cat is upset too. I don't know why. He's a big Jada Parker
because
fan.
Lola got eliminated. That's why.
No, he turns his back on Lola. He likes Jada now. He's a Jada Parker girl. But he does like Lola. But can I say real quick before we get in, I would be down for a tag team of Jada and Loaded. It's something about their chemistry. When I saw them together, I said, this would work. But please, Sabrina Stella, why don't we talk about the opening of this show?
So we have the aggression getting out with the NXT champions of the Dark State with Osiris Griffin and Dion Lennox going in to represent, aka the two 10 boys of Dark State going up against the world-renowned, multiple-time tag team champions of the Hardys. And now, I did say last time that I thought maybe Dark State was going to take it because they've been dominant on the NXT side of things, not wanting it. Nobody can say that I wanted it because they bore the living hell out of me. But I'm very happy that I was wrong and that the Hardys won. They've made some history. They officially won every tag gold in WWE. So nobody can say that they haven't. And match was good. It was some good up and downs here and there. Of course, you had Dark State making fun of them because that's all they can do. And it was a decent back and forth. I had no problems with it. I can't say I was super invested in this match, but it was a good way to start. And Dion Lennox gets pinned by Jeff Hardy to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions and retain the TNA Tag Team Champions.
Bad Dog, you want to take the floor?
Yeah. I rewatched last week, right? And when I was rewatching, we all thought Dark State was going to win, but we all said that we all wanted the Hardys to win.
No, and he's continuously talking over me. That is incorrect, sir. Please don't sit here and give people the false advertisement of me saying that because I was the one sitting there saying the Hardys were going to win. So please.
Okay. So maybe you said it. But I know, myself and Wrestling Doll thought that Dark State was going to win because they've been on a roll. But I also said on the replay as well, I said I want personally in my heart the Hardys to win. And I'm glad they did here. This was a great match. And I don't have it in my new segment because there's no point of it. It happened already. But the Dudley's coming out. I know we'll get to it in a minute, but that might, foreshadow Bound for Glory a little bit if they're going to make the Hardys run with the NXT titles. You know what I mean? Like it's very interesting setup they got going on now. I don't know where it's going to go, but I thought the match was pretty good. A bit chaotic at start, but that's Dark State for you. They always come out with chaos. But yeah, Matt and Jeff look great for their age. I don't know how old they are, but they still can go. And they proved that tonight. And I can't wait to watch Bound for Glory. And like what I think 2-3 weeks from now, I think it's gonna like happening, right? Maybe even next week. I don't remember Bound for Glory, but I know it's happening soon. And I can't wait for the Hardys versus the Dudleys. Very excited for that.
Some quick thoughts about it. Bound for Glory is this Sunday.
Thank you.
No problem. The match was fine. There was some hiccups in there. Someone just put in the chat. I think it was Said. Yeah, Said he was mentioning Cyrus. He botched the leg. Yeah, it was really bad. It was noticeable. There was a few slips and hiccups and stuff, but I'll give it a pass because the Hardy Boys. I mean, right in the Hardy Boy theme, I'm not thinking about anything except doing the Hardy jizz or whatever it's called. Jizz. That sounds terrible. But the Hardy Boys a dance. Because I don't want any of that near me. But it was fine, and I expected them to win because I do agree with Jeffrey. I do agree with Jeffrey in the chat. He mentioned that the Hardy Boys are going for Bound for Glory. They're the ones going to a really big tag team match, and that was the one reason I was like, "Oh, the Hardys got them." Because my thing was, we put on Dark State, and then what? What do we do? You could get a lot more mileage with the Hardys, and that's funny because these are younger men. You're talking about Dark State and Hardys. They've been doing, and it was crazy because I was thinking as I was watching them, I was like, yo, bro, like I remember in 2000, I remember them in the 2000s. I remember because I grew up watching the Hardys. They're my favorite tag team of all time, and now seeing them still go and to hear that them and the Dudleys are going to have one more encounter, and it's crazy because like you hear these things like this weekend, AJ and John Cena are going to have their last encounter. AJ Styles is retiring next year. Just one more match between the Hardys and Dudleys. It's just like, man, a lot of stuff is like an end of a damn era. And it just makes me just go like, wow. I don't know. It just makes me go like, wow, how the times I've had flown. But it was fine. I saw someone on Twitter. I don't know if it was, I think it was Bubba who wrote like, now the NXT titles got to be on the line. I feel like with all these titles going on the line, I see this as the Hardys are winning. I kind of almost wish they didn't have no titles because there's no reason for these titles. I feel like when they say that, it gives it away. Because like, what, the Dudleys win it and then they just drop it? Like, I wouldn't like that. I don't know about you guys in chat, but I wouldn't like that. But it was cool. It was all right. Let's get into some of these comments.
The thing I like, and you were there, right, Becca? You were at Roadblock. The commentary mentioned them fighting at Roadblock last. It's like we haven't seen the Hardys since Roadblock, right? And I know you went to that show, right?
I sure did. That was a fun show. And matter of fact, they're having another show up here in November. But because WWE is so damn greedy, I gotta see how these prices look like. Because
I was thinking about going too, but
I would love to. It's something about, and so cool. I don't know for the people who don't live in New York, I have a mountain of clothes, and Mr. Cat's trying to get in there, and I've seen him scratch him. Say, "Get out of there!"
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
He don't care.
Well, now you cannot have a mountain of clothes anymore without Mr. Cat trying to climb in.
No. I wish I knew that ahead of time because I start itching, and I swear to God, I take a bath, so I sit and say, "Why am I itching?" And here it is. Oh yeah, that's right. Just scratch yourself on my bed. That's nice. But all I'm saying is, I would love to. That's what I'm gonna get at. There's a taco store right next to the MSG Arena. I just wanted to throw out there because I love tacos so much. I guess in case you guys didn't know. And I had a cactus taco, and it was okay. I don't recommend it, but it was something different. But what's the next day? Oh, I do want to say here real quick though, because we're talking about the stuff. I felt remiss if I didn't talk about, but I love that intro that they had before the show, where they were having like, they're showing
NXT and TNA history and stuff like that.
I love that. It's crazy just to think that you would see these clips. I mean, they've been doing it for a while, but it's still kind of mind blowing, especially if you was around for that early TNA time where Samoa Joe, AJ, Christopher Daniels, they had Sting. Ric Flair was there. Still soggy at the time. It's just crazy to see some of these clips now. But what's the next thing that we said? Tacos are great. Someone just said today's National Taco Day, and I feel
it is. Yeah.
I am very upset because I
And
do
you know
not
what's
have
the best part about that fact that it's
a.
National Taco Day?
Tell me,
It's on a
darling.
Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, it makes sense. Taco Tuesday, baby. Woo! I'm just
But
upset I didn't have
anyway,
that. What was
we
the next one?
had the women's Survivor Series elimination match. And I was watching this YouTube channel called Ring the Bell, where they discuss what happens as far as women's wrestling on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW, depending, or ROH, depending what happens the week before. And they mentioned how some people were upset of the team for Team TNA because technically Team TNA is made up of current and former WWE superstars. And it's like, look, whether they're former WWE superstars or not, they're still TNA talents. So it shouldn't matter whether they're
Kalani Jordan's still
what?
under NXT contract. So just to be clear, as of last week,
I
she's
said
still
current and
under contract.
I said current and former, Matt. The current was because
Okay. I'm just saying she's still,
I know
but
Kehlani is
she's their
still
champion.
superstar. She's under their contract. I'm aware of this. But
It's
I
wild.
get why
Wild
some
time
people
we're
are
living
upset
in.
with it because there are some dream matches that people have for TNA knockout stars versus NX versus WWE superstars, but not everybody's going to be able to. And they wanted to pick some of the ones that are more prominent with storylines over there. I mean, the Inspiration literally just became the new TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions. And Mara Sade had her thing with the Hardys for a bit. So it was like, why not? And of course, some people are upset at the whole, they missed an opportunity by putting Lash in there. It's like, choices were made. Jada, Lola, and Soul are three of the most over, and that's part of why they got picked to be part of Team NXT. But we did have the match. Jordan Grace was the special guest referee, and she and Joe did discuss about the fact that they were upset of not being included in this showdown show. And I will say, when I heard the iconic theme song used for the Inspiration, I was very, very, very happy. It brought me back to when I first started watching, when there was still a thing over there, and the theme just made me light up. And then we, of course, had Mara come out, and then we had Kehlani, and they all had on the blue and the purple, like metallic-y color, all matching gear, which I noticed. And then, of course, you had Team NXT come out. Lola came out and danced. Jada came out and danced, and she and Lola were both doing this. And then you had Soul, and they were all doing the surf swimming thing. And then Jada came out, and it's like their moves just went down. They're like, no, they didn't want it, but that's who they had as their captain, so they had to deal with it. And the match was good. Some good ropes here and there. Of course, Team NXT, they all had the shirt. That's how you knew they were on that team all together because nobody's gear looked the same. And I enjoyed the match, but I'm just going to say, am I the only one who thought it was messed up that the two black girls got eliminated first? And by that, I mean Jada and Mara. And I know what people are going to say. Kehlani is black. Soul is half black. I know. I just had to point it out because I thought that was messed up.
Yeah.
But it was a good match. It was a good back and forth. Of course, I had a feeling that Lola and Jada, not Jada, JC were going to butt heads for a bit, and it was going to come down to Jada and Kehlani. But Soul was the one that actually did the most work to slow Kehlani down. But JC decided, no, since I'm the main champion of the company, even though you technically have two belts, I'm going to be the one to take the credit and be the one to pick Kehlani so that we can win, and then we're co-survivors.
Yeah.
And when I was like, Soul is this close to going there and whooping JC's ass. She wouldn't have even cared that they won. I did all that work, and you took my credit for what? For what?
I mean, I think Soul, she's very talented and skilled, but I mean, you know, JC could just take one of her belts if she wanted to, but I digress. This match was fun. I really enjoyed this match. This was a lot of fun. I see everyone is kind of excited about the Inspiration that came out to the iconic theme. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all, actually. I didn't like it because
we loved it.
I didn't like it because they are TNA signed stars. I'm sure that's not their theme. And I would have preferred if they stuck with their TNA theme rather than the WWE theme. Because to me, it just comes off like that complaint that you was talking about, or that I think I won't even say a complaint. I don't feel like it was a complaint, but something what you were talking about how the gentleman was pointing
That's
out,
how
like
some people felt about like
yeah,
Team TNA
right,
was just made a former and one
and
current WWE
and
superstar, which is fine. But I guess
which mhm.
it was probably either their idea or somebody in the back and maybe talked to them about it. Was like maybe see if they wanted to do that for a good nostalgia factor because people did love the Iconics. They were
They did,
NXT superstars that did get called up to the main roster, so maybe they did it
and
for
I mean,
that.
yeah, I mean, there's probably reasons and stuff. I was just saying personally for me, I wasn't a fan of that, but that's fine. But yeah, it was fun. It was. I thought the girls. Matter of fact, I thought with as I was looking at this team, right, and I was saying, it would have been nice if they were able to get some girls who were with TNA for a long time. Like, I mean, obviously, there's two names I could think of on top of my head. I'm like, I can see why they're not touching them. But obviously, one from Tessa, the other one is Slamovich. But fine, this team was fine. I thought Mara was great. I mean, I haven't seen.
She improved and she's showing people
Mhm. No,
that
she
she's
was.
a talent not to be messed with.
No, she's great. I mean, she's really, really. I love that name right there too, Jeffrey. Alicia Edwards.
Alyssa
That's right.
Edwards.
Alicia. I said Alicia. Oops. Yes, her, Miss Edwards. Thank you for that. That's another
I
one. Yeah.
mean, we could probably, I think we should ask ourselves as well as ask the chat this question.
Sure.
If you were to redo the picks for the team TNA roster, like what would you do? Is what I would like to say.
I love that one right there, Jeffrey. Because I saw her name earlier today. I had I was like my YouTube. I'm subscribed to TNA, and for whatever reason, it just randomly Jody Threat. Now I've seen very minimum of her stuff, but I mean I would go with the girls who was just like and this match was fine, by the way. I'm just nitpicking, obviously. All the girls in the match did a fantastic job. I'm just saying I would have went with the girls who've been with TNA a little longer. Because like Sade, she just got let go. I felt like she was with NXT
A little while ago, yes.
Yeah.
But
George is saying Ling Ming Lee and Zaya Brooks are attacked. Okay, they are.
yeah, they're the Angel Warriors, which is funny because George actually did just pick a former WWE superstar there, Lei Ming Lee, formerly known as Xia Li.
Have a good night, good Chris. Just wanted to make sure.
My good Chris.
But yeah.
But
Mad Dog, hold on, but
if I were to pick,
oh,
go ahead. You can give your thoughts, and then we can pick a few people if we were to have picked ourselves.
sure.
Okay. This match was fire. I loved every aspect of it. I loved every minute of it. I thought everything good. There were a few hiccups. I think JC Jane and Sol Ruka really carried this match, especially our girl JC Jane. She did a lot, especially in the beginning of the match. I'm surprised Bad Guy did not talk about that more, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for. Anyway, JC Jane getting the pin was fantastic. I think she deserves it. She is the sole, get it, the sole NXT Women's Champion.
Ow! Oh, Matt, you tickle me, Matt.
Thank you. I will be here all night.
My ribs.
Anyway,
My ribs are shambles.
Thank you. I will be here all night.
No, Matt, I'm damn near North 40. I have to go to sleep. We will not be here all night. How dare
you know what I mean. Rest of the show. But no, I thought this match was good. There's a lot of tension building between everybody. I have to say, as an Iconics fan, because I love those girls, I really do. I did. This was the reason why they did this was for a pop. They brought the theme back for a pop, and I think that's why. And it's already generated, I think, a good 600,000 on NXT's Twitter already, or TNA's Twitter already. So the views are there for their old entrants. And honestly, I know they're signed to TNA. I know they're tagged, but WWE's got to be looking at them saying, we might need to bring them back into the tag division now that, there's I'm not going to say there's a lackluster of tag teams in the division. It's just
really not.
There could be more.
Teams
in my opinion. But the match was good overall. I really enjoyed it. And her and Soul and the whole thing with Sol Ruka and JC Jane Halloween Havoc. Book it now. I can't wait.
Well, let me just my last thing, because I know Sabrina, you wanted to ask a question, but last thing I have, because apparently Mad Dog didn't think I'd do a good job, so let me fix this. You said JC and Soruka at Halloween Havoc.
I think so, right?
And you know who I got? Let me play
JC motherfucking James.
Once again, that's Andre Chase, good sir. I'll say that again.
I know who it. Mad Dog. Oh, shit. Mad Dog, you about to make me lose my mind. Mad Dog, I can visually see who the man is wearing a red shirt. Anytime something happened with Mad Dog is the kind of individual that tell me, hey, you know, in 1998, Bill Goldberg beat Hollywood Hogan. I was there. I watched it. So, you know, in 1999, Bret Hart, that was the end of his career. I don't know if you know that, Jack. I was there. Hey, bad guy Jack. I don't know if you know this very well. I mean, I know been watching wrestling since you was a kid, but still, I don't know if you know this, but WCW went out in 2001. I was there, Matt.
That's great. So you were there when Andre Chase said JC's name.
I was watching the TV. Yes,
I was watching too, but I was not in the audience. You have to get picked apparently to go to the NXT tapings. I didn't know that.
Shows. It's a good time. It's honestly a really, really good time. Been to a few, like really only two, and I honestly wish I went for this show, but yeah, it's always a good time. I recommend to anybody, if you can go to an NXT show, it's a hell of a good time.
And I recommend it. It's if you can make your way down to Orlando to do one of those, because those ones are free. You just have to send in your information and they'll hold your name there.
Oh, absolutely. No,
right. I heard it's like a lottery system now, from what our own Venomous Vince was telling me. Him and the EC were telling me it's like a lottery system. They like pick your name, and if you don't get selected, you can't go. It's a whole thing now, apparently. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, since the beginning, since they brought it back and put it in the Performance Center, we would just send our names and they would send us emails asking if we can go, and if we can, and they'll say that you're all set to go.
I want to say it's also like a first come, first serve, because
that's basically
I've gotten there early.
If there's a PLE or a big thing happening over there. Now, my question for myself, you boys, and everybody watching in our chat, since there are people out there that complained about Team TNA. If you were to pick any of the women in the current TNA roster right now, ignoring any of them being injured, who would you pick for a new Team TNA? Now, for me, I pulled up the roster so that way I can have all the names and I can see the face and make sure that I pick the right thing and say the right names. I'm going to pick names of who I've seen, whether it be in person or on TNA. So if you don't know who they are, sorry, not sorry. So I would put Alicia Edwards on the team because she is very talented. I would also put Jada Stone. I would add Kylan King, who has had her moments on AEW. If anybody remembers, she did at one point challenge the then champion Dr. Britt Baker for the main title over there. And my last pick, I would put Rosemary in there.
I like that. Okay. I really like that pick right to that last one. She should be on there. There were some names that you said. I mean, I was trying to find the list.
You literally can just go to the TNA roster, the TNA website.
That's what I'm on. Actually, I'm looking now at all the girls. I actually have one in the back of my head. I'm
sorry. I'm laughing because I looked it up and I know this is outdated because I see Emma on here and I was like, wait, I don't think she's doing anything. Some of the picks I'm going to go with. So I'm going to go with some of the see, that's the only thing with Deonna Purrazzo. She's not with the company anymore, but that is still a damn good still a good pick though, nonetheless, Jeffrey. I like Tasha Steelz. I know there's controversy, but I'm going to still say Slamovich because she held the championship for a while. I like Edwards. I don't want to pronounce
Okay, so you would pick Alicia too.
Yeah, and my last, I really like that last one of Rosemary. I like that one. I that's just temporarily that I have because I feel like it's another name I want to do, but I like the pick for Rosemary.
Now I have to ask. This is current TNA, right? We can't pick
Yes,
the-
this is what I have from the roster on their website. I'm just saying
because Ask by Elegance, I don't think's included in this, right? I can't
You can
pick
still-
her, right?
Well, I
she's
just
out.
said
because she can't
ignore-
wrestle no more, right?
I'm
Something
just-
happened to her, right? She gave up the belt.
No,
but
but
she's
Sa-
like not
Sabrina was
wrestling,
saying-
right?
but I said if you could pick any of them, and then they don't
Okay.
have any
All
interviews
right.
whatsoever.
So definitely, I would have to say Dana Brooke. I'm just gonna say that. Obviously,
That's
Dana Brooke
Elegance
has
over
to be
there.
one here.
Uh-huh.
Even if if we're just picking whatever, I would have to say probably Indy Hartwell. She's on the list, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. I agree with Jaya Stone. I think Jaya Stone's also would be good there too for it. And I have to agree with you guys. I would say either Rosemary or Killer Kelly, or I think I'm probably gonna say this wrong. Kay Ling King, I think she's also very
Kylan
very
King.
talented.
Oh, I've heard
yeah,
of
she's
her.
also
I've
very
heard of that
talented.
name. I'm not
So-
familiar with. but I've heard of
Kylan
her.
King
those-
is an indie wrestler who also happened to be on AEW a few times.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Kylan
Isn't she
King
like,
is the mother effing king, and she's a very talented
Is
wrestler.
she
Yep,
was she
yep.
the bodyguard for Tasha Steelz? No, that's not her, right? Okay. No, because I'm saying the name sounds familiar. I'm just not familiar. I can't put the face.
She was in a faction over there for a little bit at one
Mhm.
point. I don't remember who it was with fully exactly, but I do know that she was a part of that for a bit.
I just wanted to highlight this before we go to the next thing, but said he went all the way back to TNA, like 2010. Taylor Wilde,
Wow.
Gary Kim, Awesome. He must have said Awesome Kong and Velvet Sky. I would replace Velvet Sky and put I forgot what her partner name was because she was the better of the two.
Angelina Love.
Angelina Love, yes, I would put Angelina Love over Velvet Sky. Velvet Sky got better as time went on, but clearly the better of the two was
Angelina.
Love. Angelina.
I
I'm
mean,
too
I
mad
would
can't
see
remember his
her
name.
on a NWA when she was on there quite a bit. She was teaming with somebody for sometimes named Psycho
Really?
Father.
I
and
agree
her
with
tag name was
Jeffrey.
Psycho Love.
Actually, yeah, Tasha
I
Steele.
think
That's
that's her
another
real
one I was
life partner,
thinking about
too.
too.
Oh, she's married again? Like that's her partner, you said?
I think that's her
Is
partner.
she?
That's her real life partner.
I didn't know.
Oh,
Good
wow,
for her.
okay.
Yeah, congrats. Good for her. What's the third thing? Because I'm excited to talk about this.
We had the NXT North American Championship match, Mustfua Ali versus All Ego Ethan Page, which was for a lot of people match of the night.
Yep.
The only match, mind you, that got fight forever chance, and this is awesome chance. And this match was balls off the wall crazy. Mustfua Ali gave us what he probably would have given us in 2023 had he not been released before getting that opportunity to go against then champion Dirty Dominic Mysterio for the NXT North American Championship belt. And my God, did he prove a lot of people wrong who used to think like, oh, this guy is mid. He's not that great of a talent. He's boring. He's too small. He can't do anything. Any of you that listen to Ali, shut your tracks because that man is talented. Ethan is good too. There's nothing wrong with Ethan. He's talented. He can cut a promo. He can make you love him or hate him.
Mhm.
And I mean, I had no problems with this. And then they dove into the commentary table. And when you see Mustfua come out with the cords around his ankle, I thought Ethan wrapped them cords around his ankle because there's no way they came out perfectly wrapped.
Yeah, right.
Coincidentally.
Yeah.
That does not happen.
Yeah.
That's
And
funny.
still, you're NXT North American champion.
Listen, this match was great. Wrestling can be heartbreaking. Like I really went into this saying Mustafa Ali is gonna. First off, shout out to Ali because at first he comes out to that I'm gonna go hard theme, and I said I rolled my eyes immediately because I was like okay. But then when he came out to his banger ass theme, because the TNA theme that he has, and stop being cowards, TNA, make it so I can listen to it and I don't have to depend on YouTube to listen to it because it's a banger. Like I remember I first heard that when I went to Slammiversary. You know, the same night that JC Jane took the NXT Women and Knockout Championship. I know no one asked that, but I wanted to give. See how that sounds, Matt? When you just tell people things that they already know. Come on, Matt.
Thank you. But I knew that, good sir. But that's okay. I was there
How,
for that.
how do you
Remember?
think I
I was there
feel?
for that.
Matt,
Remember? I was
no,
there for that.
Matt.
That's
You see this? I'm snapping my fingers. And I'm not doing this because I'm about to sing some jazz. I should. But I want you to understand. That's how I feel. Every 5 minutes when you tell me a fact that I know, the original 3 NWO members was Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. You gonna tell me that too, Matt?
No, because we should all know that, good sir.
Okay, now we have a nominee
I'm gonna
for the next
take
category
the floor.
for best
While we
rivalry.
wait for that guy to
UPR.
come
It's going to be
back.
you versus bad guy right here because you keep mentioning facts and things. He's already
Man.
been watching wrestling for a long time. He's going to explode one of these days.
Man.
I didn't take my. What were we talking about? Because Mad Dog.
We're talking about Mustfua Ali. Ethan Page's ass for most of the match, and Ethan Page ends up winning for some reason.
Because he's Ethan Page and he wrapped the cords around his foot to make sure that he couldn't get in properly to
Yeah, he
beat him.
cheated, and that's what heels
Duh.
do.
He's a chicken shit heel champion. He always cheats.
Yeah. With a great peppermint belt, by the way. I'll still defend the Canadian belt.
It looks stupid.
But it's the Canadian belt. It's disrespecting bad guys' home country.
He doesn't like it.
Put the belt down.
He doesn't like it.
Don't try to. I don't, and don't try to get on my good side, Mad Dog. Bad Dog.
I'm not. I'm just stating the facts. See what I'm doing there? Yeah. You are from Canada. That is a fact.
I do.
He is the one that called it the peppermint belt in the first place because he does not like it.
I do not.
If I wanted to see that belt again, I would go back to the days when MJF had that belt.
It just looks like
he probably would change it back.
It looks like you ever seen a peppermint with like lint on it? That's what it reminds me of. Like I just want to put a piece of lint on it just to add to the peppermint theme thing here. What I wanted to say before I pretty much interrupted myself, and MD being that I know he's definitely, I always know he's in the chat because he always find a way to say something. Why Jack Shorts matches here? He's trying to coordinate. My hair's orange. I promise you this is red. I promise you this is red. So please, MD, stop clocking me because but this match was great. I was really disappointed that Mustafa didn't win. And I honestly would have loved for Mustafa to have won because, I mean, look, it was tied apiece. What was it, 2-2? I wish TNA just went out winning. I guess they really like the idea of Ethan and what's his name, Dr. Wagner.
For the Dr. Wagner Jr.
I want to see if he's a real doctor because you just don't call you just can't call yourself doctor. Like,
yes, he can. He's a respected luchador legend who can have that title.
Enough out of you, Mad Dog. I have had enough of you tonight. I want you to understand that you have pissed me off beyond.
That's his title, Dr. Wagner Jr.
No, his title is the Latin title.
Can someone please reach out to the executive consultant or Mike Knox to tell them to put in a new category for the UPR End of the Year Awards, Best Rivalry on UPR, and nominates these two.
I mean, it's great. One minute we love JC Jane, and the next minute we're talking about how Dr. Wagner Jr. is not a real doctor, is one.
You don't love her just because you went to high school. Where
I do. I have autographs. I have shirts that don't fit. I have an action figure, and I went to high school with her.
Wait, and you throw that shit in my face? How
I didn't
want
to, good sir.
Selfish.
But you are
very selfish. Mad Dog. If I had a taco, I spill it on your shoes.
Okay. Moving on. I guess.
I would do that just to get revenge because it is a waste of a taco. You're right. It's very upsetting.
Right. I want to get my thoughts on this match real quick. Sure. This match, I agree with Jeffrey, was match of the night. And honestly, I kind of wish they would have fought forever. I don't know if you guys saw that. Tony Khan's dad did this whole forever thing in the locker room a couple weeks ago when the Jaguars won their football game. You guys gotta go Google it. It's like the most funniest thing ever. That Tony Khan's dad owns the Jaguars. He did this whole forever thing. It was great. But no, this match was awesome, and I wish Mustfua Ali won, but I knew he wasn't gonna win. It's like it sucks because he deserved that belt 3-4 years ago against Dominic Mysterio, and he never even got the chance because they released him. And I really wish he won tonight and Ethan Page just retained. And I don't know where they're going to take the story next. I think it's him, Dr. Wagner Jr., maybe Tavian Heights in a triple threat, maybe. I don't know.
So you think somehow Tavian Heights, because I feel like that feud is done. You think he somehow
It's been done.
Didn't look
I mean,
like
at
it.
one point when Ethan Page passed Miles Bourne, they did look at each other. So that could be someone that could try to go after Ethan next.
Could be.
You know, I like
Right
that.
now, you might be right.
mentioned-
Might be Heights and Lexus King,
No.
but I don't think they have beef. They
I
just
do
shrugged
like-
at each other like,
I do like the because you mentioned this, and I'm going to say it was last week.
Miles could be the one to take it off of Ethan.
I like that. Miles.
That's
He
true.
loves underdogs.
Miles is
Randy.
Miles is
Randy.
putting in the work, man. I mean, I was saying on Pop, right? Because I was thinking about, like, we were talking about teams and everything like that, right? And I was saying for myself, like, I wouldn't have had Miles on there because I think there's other people I would have put over him. But I thought anyway in the match that he was going to have a moment where, I don't want to say like Dolph Ziggler, Shawn Michaels, because I didn't think that, but I thought he would have a standout moment. But my point in saying all this is that I could see them going in that direction. I think they like Miles a lot, and I think he's ready for that situation. That match that he had with Ober, I forgot what PLE that was. I thought he looked. I mean, I didn't expect him to win, but I thought he looked good in the match. So let's get real quick here. A lot of people wanted
Mustfua to win.
yeah, he wanted
Yeah, Jeffrey, I agree.
2 years just to lose it. And I think that's the heartbreaking thing because you know that story. He said like 700 something days, and he finally got that chance, and it happened. He didn't win. Ali,
You know what's funny?
And
I know
that's
it's
crazy.
He debuted in that god awful faction that involved him like being a hacker and playing with technology and stuff. And I'm like,
Retribution. Yeah, I remember that.
Before
we don't talk about that team name, but it's ironic
remember
because
I was
electric technology is what caused this downfall tonight.
I see what you did there. You know, I saw
That
what
is
you did there,
good.
but you know what was so funny? I was telling because everyone keeps saying like Dark State is Timu Shield, which I just do not see.
They are not.
Yeah, they are.
But I
Absolutely
laughed
are.
I laughed because I said, "Do you think Mustafa Ali's backstage and you see Dark State? He says, keep them away from me,' because he just gets this flashback. He thinks one of them is like Slapjack. I forgot the other one. The only time, let me say, the only time I thought Retribution was cool, just to show you, because I have Beavis and Butthead syndrome, so I just think weird stuff is cool. One of them had a chainsaw, and I said, "Oh shit, that's cool." I don't know why. He just had a random chainsaw. He just, and I said, why is there a chainsaw in wrestling? You can't do that. You can die like that. Like, who just has a chainsaw? Come on, man. Like, not even Tim Allen just have a chainsaw, and he was in Home Improvement. I don't know what he does anymore. God rest his soul.
He's still acting.
Oh shit, he's alive? Oh.
He is.
Yes.
He is actually. He's on a new show called Shifting Gears. I watch it, by the way.
Oh, shit. I already killed somebody. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not. It's not
They just had the Home Improvement episode reunion actually the other night. I watched on Hulu.
Oh,
What was it?
shit.
Yesterday, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, yesterday I watched the season
what,
premiere, and that was the Home Improvement reunion. It was pretty cool.
What's the actress name? Kate.
Yeah, they got the actors back from Home Improvement.
See, look, Jeffrey didn't know he was alive either. See, look, he's alive. He didn't know. No one knew.
He's
that.
alive. He's
Well, I
doing
think
Toy
we're
Story
happy
6 with
with
Tom Hanks.
They're doing a Toy Story 6. They didn't even do 5.
Yeah, he just
So
did
how do you
interview
just
saying it's
jump- how
going
do
to
you
be a
just jump-
Jesse story.
Uh,
Said it's going to be all about Jesse in the next movie. That's what Tim Allen said.
do we have because we're moving along pretty lovely here? Do we have anything in between? Because I did want to play a commercial.
Yes, we do have
Again.
something in between, and I was just about to bring that up.
Please take
So
the floor.
after the match, we had AAA Latin American champion El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. being interviewed about his issues with Ethan Page and how he's talking about how Ethan says that he sabotaged his chances at World Collide and that he's trying to go after this belt and all of that stuff. When Lexus King apparently is trying to do his best R-Truth impersonation because he's accusing El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. of being Tavion Heights. He keeps saying that I looked it up. There is no Dr. Wagner anywhere practicing any medicine. So I want to know who you are. He keeps calling him Tavion, and he's trying to touch the title, and he's like, not on your life will you touch this belt, basically, is what he said in Spanish. And he walked away calling him Tavion. And then you see Tavion coming out from behind him saying, why are you calling my name out? And he's like, how'd you do that? How did you change so fast? And Tavion's looking at him like, boy, are you stupid? Like, how much hair did I seep into your head from how stupid you're being? And then he walks away.
That's great.
I'm like, have they really run out of things for Lexus King now that he's got to now act like R-Truth?
Yeah.
It wasn't even funny.
You know,
he just
it's
looks
weird.
like a dumb blonde.
And maybe that's what they're going for, but it is weird because, like, I'm like, when did he become like an idiot? Like that was random because there was a period of time he was, I don't know, like full of himself and stuff. And I guess they're just trying to find something for
He's
him.
still full of himself. It's just not as predominant, apparently.
So what? Now you just don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know.
Now he's just trying to do all kinds of things because he's bored.
Well, Seth is pointing out that he, I guess this makes 2 years that he's been in NXT, and God, time flies by because I remember him in his debut. I forgot who he faced. I think it was
Wasn't it
he's been
Dante
there for-
Chen?
Yeah, it was Dante. I was surprised because you don't see him. So when I went to that show, and
Because at that time they were still having him be on Level Up, and people liked him, and I was like,
yeah, I was surprised at how many.
what am I missing here? Because when I would go, people didn't like Dante.
Yeah, wasn't there a time like he was kind of a heel or something like that?
Yes,
No?
that's
Okay,
why I was
sorry.
confused. I was like, when did he turn face? When did y'all start liking him?
It makes you go like, what episode did I miss? Right?
I was like, what did I miss here? Because I didn't watch Level Up.
Oh no, not at all. Don't put him in the Cullen. Who are you saying that about? Said who you?
Probably
talking about?
Lexus.
Matter of fact, you know what? You know what's one of my favorite things in wrestling? I know we're gonna get into some other stuff, but real quick, you know what's one of my favorite things in wrestling now? The Don Callis family, because it seemed like everyone joins that family. Like
Yes, because when Andrade made his debut, it's like, first of all, y'all, it's not a surprise.
Wasn't that great? One of the greatest comebacks in history of wrestling. Andrade going from WWE to AEW in 24 hours. Congrats to him.
He went from WWE to AEW, back to WWE
In
to
24 hours, it happened, by the way.
I was like, how are y'all surprised? Like, Andrade was not gone that long for y'all to forget what his mask looked like. Who else wears a mask like that in wrestling? Nobody.
That's true. This is true. This is facts.
All I know is I was getting a haircut, and so I miss AEW, so I go through my social media, and I see this man in AEW. So immediately I'm like, okay, good for you. You know, make bank, bro. Make bank. But it's just so funny because the Don Callis, it's literally it's a football team. There's like 28 of them. I ran down the names.
Remember when I used to make jokes and stuff about them making belts for factions of 4 or more? They're probably going to have to do that at this point with the Don Callis family becoming so freaking big.
Yes,
yeah, it is ridiculously big. I don't think they're going to make that, but they might as well because so everyone can get.
They already just started making women's tag team belts, and that I'm like, really? It took you that long to do that?
But I'll give. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I was thinking something else, but yeah, you join my family. You join my family. You join
like Don Callis. You join my family. You join my family. You join.
Yes,
my family.
yes.
Said. So Jessica Boss next. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
yeah. I have it in my news later. Yeah, it's true. Santos is going to AEW. Yes.
How do you know that? How do you know that already? Like,
because the sources expect him to go to AEW. PW Insider. I will read it right here. PW Insider notes he's expected to sign with AEW in the coming days.
I don't think we have a cruise commercial. Was there anything else, Sabrina, before we? Because I was going to.
Anyways, before the main event, there were a couple things else that happened. So the women's NXT team are discussing their win with JC that she's going to see her later based on what happened. Like, what the hell was that? I did all that work and you took the pin and you took my credit and pin for what? And Lola and Jada leave when Zarya shows up, and they're
Smart.
still having some issues. And so I was like, I thought we talked about this last week. I thought we squashed it. I know you're upset that I didn't vouch for you to be on the team, and that was wrong of me. But I still have your back. When Mariah May Monroe showed up, talking up about how you remind me of my ex muscle muffin, JG. Like you have 2 belts and now you want 3, trying to be all greedy. And is trying to get in the middle of Zarya and Soul. And Zarya knows what she's doing because she's not stupid. And then we all saw Mariah May Monroe's eyes go right to that North American Championship. And then Matt Cardona is in Ava's office apologizing for what happened with Briggs' match last week. Ava's not buying it because we all know how Matt Cardona can be. And Briggs came in the office. She's like, I know you're upset with what happened. Do you want to match with Matt Cardona? And he's like, yes, give it to me. And of course, we all saw Matt hiding behind the door as he came in. So once Briggs left, it was like, you can come out now. Now you're gonna have a match with that one next week. And then they also announced that Lexis King versus El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. will officially happen.
Yay! AAA wrestlers in NXT. Yay!
Real quick before we get to the thing, well, I wanted to actually go up a little bit because George said something. I wanted to highlight George. Give me 1 second. I had to go back up. George, he was talking to you, Matt, saying Santos Escobar is going to be in AEW.
George, it's gonna
We
be
got
a
said his
catering.
contract is up.
Now, George, he'll just join the Don Callis family like everybody else.
And then do what? I mean, there's so many people. But I do like what Jeffrey is saying here because I think everyone
I
thinks
agree,
the answer
Jeffrey.
is to
He
go
would be
to
better in
AEW.
TNA.
And I think he would do very well in TNA. I mean, I look at someone like Ali. I know Cedric just got this, so I'm going to still give him some time. But Ali, I think, has been killing it. And I remember even when he got let go, look, AEW can't pick up every wrestler. Same thing with TNA. But I think, I mean, hopefully they're still, I mean, it's been a minute since I watched. Man, they still do got the X Division. I'm so sorry. I was blinking there.
Yeah,
But
Leon
I think-
Slater is literally the X Division champion.
I am so
Yeah, I
sorry. That
agree.
young man literally has the belt, and I'm so sorry. But I think he would do well in the X Division. Why not? Why not? Go to TNA. I think he would do well. And there's
The thing is, and I gotta say this, and it's actually in my segment for later too. A lot of the sources are saying it's about money. Other sources are saying it's about creative freedom. So creative freedom,
Yeah.
you go to AEW and do whatever the hell you want because Tony Khan lets the inmates run the goddamn asylum. As you guys know, they can do whatever they want in AEW creatively. Everyone's got creative control over there, no matter what. TNA, and I think it's more structured to where you can have some
It is.
creative control, but you have to pull it back. And of course, money's another issue. How much would TNA pay Santos Escobar compared to Tony Khan writing a big fat check for God knows how much to sign him?
I don't know.
And he gets creative control on top of that too.
I don't know what the man is thinking. I can't read his mind. But part of me just don't even think that it's about the money. I think it's just about being able to still go out there and do. I mean, the guy is like in his late 30s, I want to say, and in wrestling, even though like if you look at today's wrestling, a lot of these guys are still going in their late 40s and 50s and stuff like that. But how long is he going to go for? So I don't think it's the money. Because if it was about the money, he would have signed that contract. I don't know what the money and what he was getting paid, but I don't think it was anything like he was just getting pennies and nickels and stuff. So I don't know. We'll talk about it. So before we get into this main event, we're going to play a commercial and then we're going to talk about the news. Graphic would be up after it took so long. You just saw a commercial talking about a cruise, a WrestleMania cruise. Listen, WWE is greedy. Tickets are expensive. And why not go on a cruise with your fellow wrestling fans, talk wrestling, I don't know what else, maybe do some karaoke, have a good time, create this beautiful thing called memories with UPR. April 17th to the 20th. If you have any questions, hit us up. You could hit myself. You could hit Wrestling Doll. You could hit the Unpopular View. I mean, you could hit up any of us. I have to play the commercial. I have no follow-up for that. But you know who's following up here? We have Mad Dog, because he has... I'm sorry, I'm still in gimmick here. He has the news.
Hey guys, what's up?
So we've been talking about it all show. I'm just gonna get to the cut and dry of it here, guys. Okay. Santos Escobar. Yeah, they released him. Yeah, he's on the alumni page. Yeah, he's gonna go to AEW and get big money. This is not surprising. PW Insider, Fightful, yes, I'll throw their name out there for once because I can, screw it. Have been back and forth. So one outlet, Fightful and SRS, is saying, oh, it was creative control. PW saying, oh, it was mine. I don't know. I don't care. But all we know is both, and everybody can agree, even the Observer can agree, he's going to AEW, writings on the wall, and I think he's going to win-win. He gets creative control, and he gets a lot of money from AEW. And, of course, he'll probably join Don Callis' family because they need 10 more people to join that family. So, why not? But I just,
That's become the meme.
What? Okay, this happened today. Xavier Woods is a WWE superstar who is with the New Day, and they rock, by the way. New Day rocks. He re-signed with the company today, multi-year deal. The deal was undisclosed, but he did resign, and it came down to the wire. Apparently, to what the sources did say, but it was down to the wire today. But they did get a deal done, and he will stay with the company. So everybody's talking about what's on paper for John Cena's final match. And the sources have noted it's going to be officially Gunther will be John Cena's final match. And there's going to be some sort of tournament that's going to determine this final match. With Gunther winning this so-called tournament to face Cena. I don't know if they're going to have him do a squash or not. We'll see. Speaking of NXT, that's us. Tonight they are taping next week's show. So be aware on the internet, guys. I gotta be very careful too. For spoilers next week, since they're taping tonight. It was the live showdown episode, and then they're taping next week. So the Dr. Wagner, I think it was who was it? Dr. Wagner and who was it? Lexus King, I think, and Josh Briggs and Cardona. They're taping, I think, right now as we're talking. So, or they taped it earlier before NXT. I don't know, but either way, I know they're doing it back to back. That might be because of the whole chaotic schedule next week with the whole Crown Jewel situation, possibly. So we'll see. I might get this wrong. So if I do, I'm so sorry. But Hiroki Shida signed a new contract with AEW for a multi-year deal. And they're basically, she is 37 years old. She's well-liked backstage, and she is very, very, very talented. So she is re-signing with the company. I like her a lot. And the last thing I have here is a thing about Karrion Kross. A lot of people ask me still, Mad Dog, what's going on with Karrion Kross? He goes on these shows, he goes on these podcasts, right? And he says everything's a work. So Scarlett kind of, from what I know, she kind of does like everything for Karrion Kross. They're like a package deal. She said if they do go to AEW, that will be their forever home. And they're going to stay there. And I don't know what's going to happen. If they go to AEW, maybe they'll join the Don Callis family. Make it 12 people. But for now... anyway, for now, Thank you, Jeffrey. I'm still gonna pronounce it wrong because just sometimes even I botch names. Anyway, I don't know where this story is gonna go, but it's kind of wild. It's wild to see that Karen Cross is a very wanted free agent right now. Santos is already going to AW. Andrade already did, so I feel like everyone wants him. I personally feel like TNA should get him, but I don't think TNA wants him. So, and her, because I have the package deal, by the way. So it's not just the one; it's both of them. So I don't know. I hope the best for Cross and Scott. I really do. I like them a lot, and I plan on meeting them this Saturday at New York Comic Con. So that's another little tidbit there. And that's all I got really. I don't think there's anything else here yet.
I just wanted to tap into because you were talking about Killer Cross. He's going to be out here in New York on Friday for HOG. He's going against Matt Cardona, the same Matt Cardona who was out here on TV. You're doing that, right? So fun story. I feel like I've shared this story before. I went to an HOG show. I went with one Shay Sawyer and Katrina and Kat We Trust, or who I call Mistrust. And I got yelled at for cheering for Matt Cardona. Matter of fact, it was a 5-year-old who did, when I said, "Let's go, Matt," he just looked at me and did like this. And he's 5 years old. Like, he's 5 freaking years old. Like, go take a nap. How dare you? I was very intimidated by the 5-year-old. That's what I'm trying to get at. But Killer Cross, I listened to a little bit of his interview with Chris Van Vliet earlier today. And you know what? Good on him. They didn't re-sign him, and he picked certain things over. I don't know all the story, but he picked certain things over, and he's doing this stuff with his wife, and I think that's fantastic. So, and I also want to just throw out here real quick before we get into the main event. I think it's best that we let everyone know here at the NXT. I'm pretty sure I did tell that story before. I tell stories like 800 times. I'm still telling the story about me in my car.
Listen, we can tell all the stories we want as many times as we want. You can tell that story. This one mentions every other show how we went to high school with the NXT Women's Champion. And I have mentioned the story before of how I got to meet Jacob and Zilla at a show before Jacob got signed, how I got to meet Grayson Waller at a indie show that was happening the day before the 2024 Royal Rumble.
Hey.
So
yeah, Zilla's going to Comic Con too. Actually, Zilla Fatu, he's going to be at Comic Con this weekend as well.
He's going to be on that HOG card too. I mean, a lot of these guys are going to be up here in New York. But I just wanted to say before we get into that,
Nick Nesmith, as you guys know, or as I know now, actually Dolph Ziggler. Still kind of crazy that
He's not that crazy.
Yeah, did you know that? Did you know Nick Nemeth and Dolph Ziggler are the same person?
Yeah, thanks to you guys. I knew he looked familiar. When I looked it up. I
just wanted to say real quick before we get to the main event. I think it's important that we tell the chat this, but myself, Sabrina Stella, and Mad Dog Kelly have joined the Don Callis family.
No,
so that makes it what, 13?
So absolutely not.
I love Don Callis.
You can love him. You can join the Don Callis family. I would never.
I mean, they got a lot of gold. They got a lot of talent there. I wouldn't mind.
What guy with a belt? What are you talking about, man? I barely watched it. What are you talking about? Are we making?
They have the belts, don't they? They got like 2 belts.
Matt Dog, what are we even chatting about? What is going on? What is happening?
Wait, that doesn't. What's his name? Have the TNT belts?
That's one
Okada.
belt.
Yeah, that one.
Is it? Okada and Fletcher are like the only ones that have belts.
There it is. That's the other one. Fletcher. What do they call him? The stylish one, right?
No, the Protostar, the stylish one. Are you saying that because he wear pink? Okay, let's get to the main event. Sabrina, take the man, please.
So we have Team TNA versus Team NXT with Joe Hendry as the special guest referee. Although I think we know exactly where Joe Hendry's loyalties apparently lied, because at least Jordan had both brand names on her referee shirt. Joe Hendry only had NXT.
Oh, he's a turncoat.
That's because he's signing. I said that last week. He's signing in December.
He's still with TNA, bro. He's still with TNA.
He's still under TNA contract.
TNA.
Yeah. But it ends now at the end of October, guys.
Listen,
Fun fact.
if
Fun
Kaylani
fact.
Jordan can be the TNA Knockouts Women's Champion over there and still be under NXT contract,
Correct. Correct.
so can
Correct.
Joe
But
Hendricks.
Joe Henry's
Because before
contract
Joe-
is ending to where he's going to sign with WWE in
His
December.
contract-
Jordan Grace is under NXT contract, and she still had the TNA logo on her rep shirt.
Yeah, Mad Dog. Mad Dog just want to be.
That was her being bipartisan from what I gathered from the
Ooh.
internet wrestling community's tweet.
You know, shout out to Jeff. Shout out to you, Sabrina Estella, because Jeffrey. I'm with Jeffrey. I didn't even notice that he had just NXT on his. I didn't even
Listen,
notice that
everybody knows on the show that I love fashion. I always have, so I will notice things on gears here and there. I've pointed out references that people have made with gear. So,
Okay, there we go. Good job. Salute.
So we started out with Team TNA walking in through the crowd, which was very interesting. And then you had Team NXT just walking in through the normal entryway with them all wearing jerseys, like if they were ready for a football game or something. And we got them. The show started out with the two youngest in both teams, with Javon and Leon. But Trick tags himself in, and Kazarian does the exact same thing, and they just trade punches and go back and forth until Trick puts him in a face lock. Miles tags himself in. It was just a big back and forth of chaoticness, and Miles got himself eliminated by Frankie Kazarian from a hanging cutter. At least this time, the black people weren't eliminated first. This time was the white way.
That's funny.
But it was a crazy insanity in and of its finest, to the point where Javon got eliminated, and then Trick, at some point, he decides, you know what? I don't care anymore. And he just left. And I thought when they left Ricky all alone that it was going to be like Survivor Series 2014 when Dolph Ziggler took on Team Authority all by his damn self. We were wrong.
Mm.
I mean, I honestly think that was the right move. I mean, look, it would have been nice if Ricky would have gotten that dub here, but I mean, who was it? Moose and Santana. Yeah, no,
Yes.
they should have took him out. I mean, and I thought the way they took him out.
I mean,
was-
they technically did, even though Moose did tackle down Santana at one point,
Mhm.
even though he was
Yeah.
obviously rooting for Ricky.
Yes.
You know, I was, you know, once again, wrestling, right? You can get really, really involved in it, and sometimes I do, right? So when Trick left, I immediately was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, get your ass back there. And seeing him just leave.
Trick don't care.
Actually, I'm saying, I know he don't. Trick don't
Listen,
care. Trick don't care.
NX Trick NA over there decided, I'm done with the
Yeah,
NXT half.
I was so upset when he did it, but TNA needed this dub here. And look, they got a lot of momentum going into Bound for Glory, which is this Sunday, which is great. Like I said, I personally would have had 3-1 for TNA, but decided to have it 2 apiece. Almost makes you go like, man.
I mean, they were like, WWE already took a lot of our titles. Let's just take one. Let's just take one pair.
Well, you know what? You know what's funny, because even though like TNA won those tag titles, I think majority of the people in the chat would agree that the Hardys are just WWE guys. Like, yes, they did stuff with TNA, but I
And
did way
AEW.
more stuff with but no one really. I mean, like, a sneeze lasted longer than their run in AEW.
Actually, Matt, what's his name? Hardy was TNT champion at one point, I believe.
Ooh. No.
Yeah, he was. I remember
No.
him being champion.
No. I think you have created
Was it
an
different
alternate-
championship? Oh no, they got
They've
like
never
20
won.
belts
They've
over
never
there.
they've never won a belt there in AEW. They
I thought they were
wanted to
tag
put-
champs over there.
They
it
wanted
was-
to do that,
yeah.
but there was some troubles with Jeff Hardy, and I think after that they lost trust with the
Okay.
Hardy. So they never was able to get
Oh,
that.
they did.
Matter of fact, the
Mhm.
stuff what they're doing with Edge and Christian, or Adam and Christian, however you want to call it, or was it Cope and Christian? I'm pretty sure that's what they wanted to do with the Hardys, because there's no doubt in my mind that Cope and Chris are gonna win. I like that Cope and Chris.
Well, they changed.
I think
They
they're gonna
guess
win it.
what? They
Cope and
changed
Chris.
his name back from Cope to Adam Copeland.
Yes,
Why-
they did.
Why did they
Okay.
change his name if they were going to just change it back in the first place?
Because it didn't sell merch. I don't know, guys. I
Then
can't
why
answer
did they
this.
do it in the first place? It was stupid.
Cause Tony Khan's bad booking sometimes. I don't know.
Tony Khan was high as
Yeah,
hell.
you
on that.
know, a great man once said, wrestling doll. What did he say? I think he said something
I don't
like
know.
this. It was a stupid idea from Brad Creative. If you guys know who said that, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho
Oh.
said that many years ago, and he's right. Anyway, moving on. Let's
I mean,
continue.
that's really. I mean, there's nothing really to move on from. That was the show. I mean, the main event. I thought the main event was solid, but once again,
We did have one little thing happen after the main event ended.
Sure, take it over.
We did go into the office with Ava. She's with Santino. And they congratulate each other for the tie, and they look forward to returning to business as usual. And Ava does mention that they will be having a battle royal to determine JC's next challenger for the NXT Women's title, and
This is so
asked
unfair.
to bring the invitation to the Knockouts division. So we're going to have a mix
This is-
of talents
see-
going after to determine
Look,
who's going to go after
Look,
JC.
I
How
know everyone-
exciting!
I know everyone gets so upset with me when I jump on and attack Ava, and this is how you reward your sole survivor.
She's
Like,
not the
what-
sole No. JC was not
She
the
was
sole
the
survivor for Team
co-survivor.
NXT. Soul was still there. Nobody
She was the
eliminated Soul.
co-survivor for
Soul was not
first of
snatched
all.
in that match.
She was the
This is
co-survivor,
all
but she did carry a lot of the match, though. I will say that.
This is all I
She
saw.
did carry a
How
lot of
dare
the
you-
match.
How dare you guys attack me? What is this?
Okay,
now?
look,
The Sabrina
I
and
just
Mad
said
Dog?
JC Jane carried a lot of the match, and you're saying
Listen,
I'm
no-
attacking.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa, Mad
Wow.
Dog! All that bass.
Wow.
Turn down the volume a little bit. I
Wow.
can hear you.
Wow.
I don't like all that yelling right now. But all I'm saying is,
My bad.
JC, it's okay, man. It's cool. But all I'm saying is, JC, she put this brand on her back. Ava just don't care about anything. I'm signing a petition. I'm going to 311. I'm going to Yelp. I think it's what an owl. I'm complaining. I want it to be known that something needs to be done about Ava. Has just been on such a tear and very unfair. Hashtag justice for JC. But it's all right because no matter who you put in front of JC, she's beating them all. Name them. This person, Victim 2, Lola Vice. Just clobber them. And I just feel bad for the next person who steps in the ring with JC. Because
And we're going to find out who that is after next week. Now, before we do end things,
this is awful.
since I asked this for the Women's Survivor Series team for Team TNA.
I got a rash.
Now, I know that the entirety of Team TNA for the men's side were mainstays of the brand.
Yeah.
But if you could, who would you pick for Team TNA for the men? And I still have the roster up because I was thinking about it. So
Give me a second. I got to pull the roster back up. But before that, let me just jump into the main event because I don't think I got my thoughts on it. I really enjoyed tonight's main event. I thought young Randy did well. Surprised he went out first, honestly. There's a lot of the a lot. I was surprised TNA won this main event as well. They were the survivor. They said TNA won.
They started with the TNA win and they ended with the TNA win. Did anybody else notice that, or was that just me?
Okay.
Yeah, good call. Yep.
Yeah. I agree with that, wrestling doll. It is kind of weird, but I like this match. Kind of chaos all over, which you kind of knew. You knew Trick Williams and everybody. You kind of knew where Joe Henry lied as well. You know he's kind of lying towards NXT, but yeah, I really enjoyed this match, and honestly, it shows that these guys do deserve to be there. But I do have a couple of guys I could have put in the slots. I do have my fantasy team if as wrestling doll asked it. But yeah, overall a decent NXT showdown event, whatever they call it, and the thing with Ava, I in a way agree with you, bad guy. I think she's doing things wrong. I think honestly the next challenger should be nobody because everybody's just gonna lose to JC Jane. So there you go. It seems like she's sticking around. But if I put my money on the next challenger, I would say Sol Ruka maybe. I don't know. Then again, Mariah and her had a little back and forth, so maybe not. But I would say Sol Ruka because they had got mad at each other.
So versus Mariah May Monroe. So, but
it
anyway,
could go that way. But I still think we're gonna get Sol versus JC at some point. I don't know when.
But
I
anyways,
love that this
if
guy.
I were to
says he knows what
pick,
he's saying. Good picks, by the way.
if I
Sorry,
were to
just
pick based on current TNA roster, and if none of them are injured, for my pick for Team TNA, I'm going to pick some people that some have been highlighted and some that might not have been highlighted as much recently. But I would put Cedric Alexander.
I like
I would
him.
put Chris Bay.
That's good.
Okay.
Good.
I would put Steve Macklin.
That's a good pick.
And someone who we would have seen on NXT when First Class came on if he was not injured from training, Casey Navarro.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad. I'm keeping Santana and Moose. I think those are two good picks. I would put Jake something. And my last one, I don't even know if he's still with the company. I want to say earlier this year, it looked like he retired, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to say Sammy.
Sammy Callahan?
Yeah.
No, he put his boots in the ring and retired.
Oh, so he's really retired. Okay. God, that was really my pick. I'm still gonna stick with it because I can't think of anyone. But matter of fact,
there's a few other people you could pick.
I do like Eddie Edwards. I do like what.
Yeah, you could
Jeffrey
put.
said.
I
like
mean,
Eddie.
there was somebody from the system in the show tonight, so we both have picks from the system in our dream teams for this.
There we go. Good stuff. I do like just to highlight what Jeffrey was saying, Eric Young, because he's a day one as well. So I think that's a good pick. What Jeffrey saying: Moose, Eddie Edwards, Kazarian, and Chris Bay, and so he made it a 5. But who you got, Mad Dog?
Oh yes. So I would have to say probably. I agree with Steve Macklin. Absolutely. I actually met the guy. Guy's very nice. I would have to say probably if I'm looking at the roster right here, I would have to say you guys are gonna get a huge laugh out of this, but I'm gonna go with Nick Nesmith or AKA Dolph Ziggler. I
Nick
found that out
Nemeth is
from
a
you
good
guys
pick.
once
There's
again.
nothing wrong with that. I would have.
I would
I
have
put
to
him as a
say
good pick.
also probably Sammy Callahan, and then to probably wrap it, I would have to say maybe Rich Swan. I don't know. I don't know if he's hurt.
Yes,
Or
I
not.
like Rich Swan.
I like Rich a lot. So.
All right, check that out.
I've met Rich Swan. He's very nice too.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's so cool. And I miss
really
Steve
cool.
He was
Macklin.
at an
That's pretty
indie
funny,
show I
yeah.
went to a few months back.
I mean, everyone's talking about
Yeah.
meeting someone. I haven't met nobody.
In fact,
So I'm
actually, Steve
jealous.
Macklin's coming back up here in November. I
Listen,
actually
Rich
got
Swan
tickets
is
to go see
fun.
him
He's
again.
entertaining. Like he comes out to Lionel Richie's all night long as his entrance theme in the indies. It is
Yeah.
fun time.
He do. He was up here. He's done a few shows for HOG, and like
And he
if
used
you
to be he was in the Cruiserweight Classic, but
He
was out
was.
to the
He
indies.
had a really
He
he
was.
had a really good I want to say he had a really good theme. I forget what you call it, but the Cruiserweight Classic, man. Jeez, it takes you back. But yeah, no, Jeffrey's saying like, oh yeah, Rich Swan. He's a heel now, isn't he? What AJ?
Here he is.
I mean,
Yeah.
he is in first class over there. Yes, so
I do remember there was a time where he had like this really unique haircut, and I said, okay.
listen,
Like,
when he
that's-
turned and joined AJ Francis in first class, when I was watching that clip, I was just like, Rich, you're breaking my heart, AJ. Why do you keep doing this to me? You keep taking my boys away from the light, bringing us to the dark side. Why?
AJ's hilarious.
I'm still waiting for my first class T-shirt.
Hey, there we go. I'm waiting for TNA to actually be on TV. Hopefully this weekend.
There's
'cause I know
supposed to be
it's
tapings happening in Orlando next month, so I'm going to try to go to those.
Oh,
Sure.
that's cool. Yeah.
TNA's a fun. I kind
I
of
know. I went to a taping. I just want to go to another one.
Yeah, throw it in, rub it in. That's beautiful. But I think that's pretty much everything. Is there anything
yes.
else to? Okay, well, shout out to us because we usually go an hour and 30 minutes, but we got this bad boy down. So good job team. Fantastic stuff. With that said, we want to thank you guys in the chat. Can't thank you guys enough. We say, well, we're gonna highlight some things. I mean, I gotta make sure we. You said you uploaded the thing, right, Mad Dog? Because I can't find nothing. Or was this a video? Or can no one hear me?
Sorry about that.
What,
My bad. I
Oh, there it
zoned
is.
out there. What was the? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Please, do you want me to do it, or do you want?
No,
do it?
I don't want to talk anymore. You take it.
Okay, so I need to get my trusty little notepad up. I have a notepad. Let me just get this up. I do have it. I have it prepared, so don't worry. Okay, so on Mondays, back at 10:45. Actually, they changed it to like 11:55. Whatever. Just stay tuned for our socials. Rated R review show hosted by executive consultant Steve Willie Beeman and Big Daddy Cool. Those guys are great. Go check them out last night. EC and Big Daddy Cool held it down. They shouted us out, by the way, so go check that out, guys. Then there's us, the apparently, which I guess not apparently, I guess officially is the we're the number one viewed show here, or however Bad Guy put it. I guess you're gonna have to clarify that for me because I don't know how to put it. It's kind of crazy. The NXT review show hosted by us, the trio, myself, Bad Guy Jack, the Jack Dog, sometimes, other times not. And of course, the lovely Sabrina Estella, the wrestling doll. Then you have the AW Elite Heat podcast. Like I said, they knew about Title Tuesday, but they canceled tonight, but they'll be back next Wednesday for I think the 3.5 hour show. So good luck with that. Next week, I actually texted Katie about that already. So, and then on Thursday, Big Daddy Cool, we got to change this. So I have to ask Z to get a new one. Prophecies and Prediction Show. Big Daddy Cool and I will be doing the, what is this? Crown Jewel, I think, in Perth, Australia at 7 a.m. in the morning on Saturday. And then Friday night now is going to be Z, and not sure he's going to get this week. I think Vic might be back, hopefully, but Vic and Z usually host SmackDown, I think now at 10 p.m. on Fridays, according to what I have here, because they changed it. And that's what I got. Yeah. That's our shows.
That is our shows. Please check it out. Mad Dog is great. I was saying that for the last few weeks, we have been number one, and we're very grateful and appreciative of that. We said these shows, please check them out. But let's keep this this train going, because I don't talk shit about my co-hosts and stuff until it's award season, because we deserve to win. I think we are the best at what we do. And I mean, what other show are you gonna have? I mean, Monday Night Raw, they're a great show, but they don't have the Jack Dogs. Sabrina, still, you're our manager. And I mean, I do feel bad, Mad Dog, because I am not someone to be trusted. So I mean, when I turn, I'm taking Sabrina with me. So then you'll have this baby face try to fight for yourself thing. But I never put over the kids. That don't work for me, brother. With that said, we got some side projects. Sabrina Stoller, you do some fantastic stuff. I mean, we always like to sit here and advertise this stuff. It's still part of UPR. Not even law, but UPR, banner, world, however you want to word it. But tell the people where they can find you as you do YouTube stuff. Can I not be heard?
I thought you were talking about
we
wrestling. No, my bad. I didn't know you were talking to me.
I'm sorry. I was confused. I was like, maybe my internet.
I had no idea you were talking about me. I'm just honored to be here with you guys. That's really all it is. That's all I gotta say about being number one.
As always, I have my YouTube channel.
And acknowledge us, I guess. Acknowledge us. I guess we're doing that now. The acknowledge thing.
I have my YouTube channel, The Unofficial Camera Woman, where I go throughout Central Florida and occasionally south to record wrestling matches and put them up on the air. No, Jeffrey, I was not that daydream. I was checking something on my phone. But I did put up some videos from a show I was at this past Sunday where I got to see from the SAP in AEW/ROH Serpentico making a return at a wrestling company.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Against someone who was just recently wrestling in Japan for a little bit.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can find me in the Don Callis family.
Man, you can't get over that, can you, man? About Don Callis family.
I want a shirt so badly that says the Don Callis. I would buy that off rip. I would wear it too. Like
all the members, right? Of the Don Callis family.
No, I don't need all these members on my damn shirt. Some of this is the Don Callis family and the Don Callis.
I would rather join Harley Cameron. I'd have so much fun.
Oh, she's great. I love her. She's fantastic.
I like
I
Don
think she's-
Callis.
I love Don. Don Callis cracked me up. He's just hilarious. But we are trying to get back on a regular schedule for the Big Pop 30 podcast. We did an episode Sunday. We like to do it like in the morning. But I do maybe 9 in the morning, then upload it around 2, 3 in the afternoon. That way it's for the afternoon. Sometimes we do it in the afternoon and upload it like 5 or something like that. So, and it's a fun time. It's literally us just hitting the record button and we're literally just talking shit. But it's a good time. It's a good vibe. And, join the conversation. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and a bunch of other stuff. But those are the 2 main ones. But there's other ways of listening to it. And that's really it for the show. I want to thank you guys again. Said 2K26 will have a TNA pack. I think that's amazing if that's really a thing. They kind of teased that with some of the stuff that they did this year with Abyss, and they have old school AJ Styles, and he comes out to his old theme, which is a theme that he don't like, but it's such a great theme. When I went to Slammiversary and I got to hear it live, I just thought, oh, this is so great. I know you don't want to hear that, Uncle Alan, but like, man, that theme is a banger. Jeffrey says, we are great. We thank you for that. And you give the hashtag to the unofficial camera woman and the Big Pop 30 podcast. So we say, thank you. We're going to make an exit. It is almost 12 at night. So we thank you guys once again for staying up with us, talking some NXT. And I'm going to put this graphic up one more time because they leave me in charge of the graphics. We say, thank you. We'll see you next week. Tune in later this week on Friday for the SmackDown Penitentiary review show after SmackDown goes off the air. And join the Don Callis family.